Yo, 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 what is going on, family? It's Cornez here with Too Smart to Be Broke. And once again, I got some heavy hitters for y'all. I told y'all I was going to bring on some people that can help y'all out as far as understanding financial information. And these two right here, oh, I have nothing but much love and respect for these two right here. I am so honored they took the time out today to come on. So I have Xavier and Brandy Hall. They specialize in a few different things, but in particularly when it comes to financial literacy and life insurance, which is a big key to generational wealth because we all are going to transition one day, and it's to leave something to your family. That one thing right there can actually break what people call a generational curse or spell. But let me just back up a little bit and let them introduce themselves. So can you just tell the Too Smart to Be Broke people, who you are, how you got started into getting in this space?
Yeah, for sure. I'll let my wife start with who she is before I get started.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So I'm Brandy, and this is my husband Xavier. As you introduced us, thank you so much, Mello, for having us today. This is awesome. So we like he said, we do a couple things, but as far as the financial world, I personally got started last year due to COVID because I had 2020. Because I don't know when you'll be watching this. So in 2020 is when I transitioned into this financial world, and it's still pretty fresh and new to me, but I'm growing so much in it. I'm learning so much, and my husband is definitely leading the way because he's been in it since 2011. So I'll let him tell his side.
All right.
Yeah, so I got into financial literacy because I was doing things that was taking advantage of people who were not financially literate. I was working at a place that they sold furniture and appliances and TVs and things like that
Yeah.
to people who don't understand money at a high interest rate. So they would
I've
come
been
in and get something, pay it monthly for 3 years. You know how we do, right? And
yeah.
I was the person who understood that they didn't understand, so I knew how to manipulate them, and I got really good at teaching my salespeople how don't talk about the numbers, don't talk about the interest rate, just talk about the payment, get them what they need, just talk.
Right.
And we had this whole psychological thing to keep people from looking at the numbers and sign here and the whole psychological put your pen here, X here. It was all this stuff, right?
Right.
And I got into it because I was doing that and I was making good money, but my cousin was dealing with some people who were teaching financial literacy, and he came to me and said, "Hey, man, I know you're spending a lot. You're making money, but you're spending all of it. You need to save some money." And
Right.
so I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll listen." And I listened to these people, and I learned so much about money in an hour long conversation. I realized I just didn't know anything that I thought I knew about money. And as I just learned more, I got into the idea of, man, it's nobody knows this information if I don't know. And I'm making double what most of everybody in my family's making. It's
Right.
not to brag on me, but just to say that, I was in money and I knew nothing. So
Right.
I knew
Right.
nobody else knew. And I just got intrigued with the idea of why don't anybody know this? And then I wanted to teach it. So I started that back in 2012. And and I did it full time for a little bit. And we went in health and fitness and did some stuff full time. And I've always been interested in how wealthy people get wealthy and how poor people stay poor. And it's just been something I've been studying. So now we teach it, and it's exciting.
It's a lot of nuggets and just in that little excerpt that you were just talking about. And one thing in particularly is when you realize, okay, I'm making money, but in the long spectrum and term of things, it's about saving money, or your money making money. Because everybody can make money, but how long can you hold on to it? So that's really the thing that sets generations and families and apart from each other. So and there's also too, we can talk about this later. I know that they mentioned health and fitness. These two are really big into health and fitness as well. And most successful people will tell you that it's not you. Yes, you can be financially literate, but peace of mind, health, you have to have a balance spiritually, and they're very in tune with that aspect as well. All right, because you can have all this money, but if you're not healthy enough to actually enjoy it or enjoy time with your family, because I look at money as a tool for us to do the things that we truly really want to do. Right, it's just a tool for our freedom. So as far as y'all journey, like, I know y'all said that, but if you don't mind me like talking about this, there was a point in time, all right, where when you're on this journey, you probably was, we'll say, we have highs and lows as entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
Y'all had a low point, all right? So tell me like about that, and then how where you are today.
Yes. So we are just coming off of a low point, right? I feel like all of us are either coming off of one or going into one,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Because that's life. But yes, so in our health and fitness business, we were full time in that. We started that in 2017 or 2016 officially, on paper in 2017. You know how we
Right.
do.
Right.
It's
Right.
a side hustle, then it becomes legit. So we did that for a while, and it was amazing. We started out of our apartment, our 1 bedroom, and we grew it into a food truck. And so we were making over 6 figures, in our out of this, and it was working well for us. We made it past the first round of Shark Tank, so we weren't on TV, but we were doing well. So it was like we were on an up. And
Right.
then life happened. My mother-in-law passed.
Wow.
And then rest in peace. And then
Condolences.
we decided to move to California. We took a chance, a risk, and our food truck got stolen. So we hit a
Oh my
low
goodness.
because income depleted in one day. This
Mm,
was our money maker. So
right.
now we were forced to find other solutions and kind of, retreat a little bit, go back, regroup, and then we were able to step out into the world. And so we did that. And long story short, we started our food service business back up. And then COVID happened, and we were forced to transition again. And luckily, this time, we had already, I had just taken my test. We had both just taken our test and gotten relicensed to
Okay.
be in the financial industry. And so, right in during March 2020, right when everything shut down, our licenses were active. It was like almost simultaneously. So that's
Mm,
God, right?
for sure.
That so that was like a silver lining, a green light, and we were like, let's do it. So then we decided to go full time because we had no other choice. At this time, we were living in my mom's garage, not temperature controlled, a
Right.
married couple. First off, living at
Mm-hmm.
home with mom is not cool at all. And then
Mm-hmm.
in the garage, not temperature controlled, all of these things. It was very harsh. We we get into this business, forced into this business, and then within a month of being into this business, we were able to like triple our income. And so we were able to move out of my mom's house and into our own house, not even an apartment, right? So we took a leap, and that's just entrepreneurship. It's like you go down, and then so now we're here. We're not where we want to be, but we're making it, and we're helping people along the way as we learn ourselves.
Yeah,
And
she kind of skipped through that part when we were in California, and so I just want to go back to that because
okay, go ahead.
that wasn't as short as she kind of made it seem. So
Go
we
ahead.
went to California deciding, hey, we're moving here. And on the way there, as new entrepreneurs, we got an accountant. The accountant did the paperwork differently than we thought it should be done, differently than we were told it was done. Anyway, our money out of our account got seized by the government. They took
Mm,
everything, and we
mm,
were down from $4,000 to move to California to $0, all on the way to California. So no
wow.
money, and we're like, okay, do we keep going or do we turn back around? We kept going, borrowed some money, and then as we get down there, we didn't have any money, so we were living in our truck before it even got stolen. So we were living in our truck for like 3 months out there, just deciding we are not coming back. So entrepreneurship, if you just decide I'm not gonna turn around, it gets tough. Now, most people they turn back and let me go get a job. This is too hard. I'm not sleeping in my truck. I
Right.
get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But
It was not ideal or
yeah.
pretty.
But at the same
I,
time, if you want to win, I just believe you got to go all in.
so, oh wow, it's a lot to take in. So I really want to thank y'all for coming on. So y'all were on a journey, and y'all were together, right?
Facts.
And on this journey, y'all hit a low. And in entrepreneurship, we all have those moments. And every journey is not for everybody. But there are moments where it's like, okay, either this is the moment where I'm going to give up, or this is the moment that's going to be my breakthrough. Because in those L's, which are learning lessons, there are things that happen that you can stand on, of like, this will never happen again because of, A, B, and C, or I'm gonna do my best to make sure that doesn't happen, and now you're at a point where you can educate other people, help other people that may be in that in a similar position. So what I like about what you said, and it's something that I could relate to, um, is I do my best when I'm being in service to other people, right? So when you all got together, because y'all do that in so many different ways, but specifically with this, bringing financial literacy to our community, and breaking it down to them to show them, how to, get life insurance, and not only that, actually putting them in positions to where they can get insured themselves, and make some money as well. So from that aspect, can you talk about, before we get into, helping other people get insured and license, can you talk about some the foundation or some basics of what life insurance does? And we don't have to get into a whole breakdown, but if you can kind of simplify what that looks like. Say I'm 31, say for a 31-year-old healthy male, what does that look like, and what are my options? And I will make sure to plug, so if they want to get in depth, they can reach out to you personally. But go ahead.
Man, this is like both of our favorite subjects. So I was like, who's gonna go
We're like
first? Like,
entering the same.
who's go? I want to go. I want to tell what you gonna do. All right, Yvonne.
No, go
All right,
ahead.
I'm
You
gonna
can
do it.
have that.
I'm gonna do it. All right. So, man, I love having this conversation because it's just something that can literally change our last name, right? So we call these last names out like Louis Vuitton and Dooney and Burke and Maybach and Rolls.
Message.
What'd you say?
Message.
Bentley, right? All of these things, right? All these last names that we call out, but our last names need to be just as important. And we can do that with one stroke of the pen, like literally just getting some life insurance and taking care of yourself. Because Mello put it really, really nicely when he said transition. Right? I'm gonna just tell you, like, you are going to die. And if you or know that you're going to die, then you might as well make sure that you are going to leave something that never gets lost, right? And so you can have your, you see those movies where there's a grandma and grandpa on the mantle, and people are like, man, this is big estate, and grandma and grandpa are on the mantle, and grandma and grandpa have been on 100 years, but grandma and grandpa set all of this up for the whole family. I just believe that's how we should all be. And you can do that with the stroke of a pen. And so in a situation like for yourself, a 31-year-old male who you don't have kids, right?
No kids.
So no kids like me, right? Some people would say life insurance isn't important for you. But if you plan on having kids or you have people who you love, right? Life insurance is more important now than it is when you have kids because you have to do it. You get a better price when you're younger. So if you get a life insurance policy at 31 as opposed to 37, it could be a difference of $100 a month just in the cost of life insurance, which could affect you part of your ability to save. Because
Right.
$100 a month, $1,200 a year, you could be saving that money as opposed to spending that money if you would have started a year ago. I mean, 5 years ago, right?
Right.
And so, what most people don't understand, what we are not taught. I hate when people say what most people don't understand, like some like I'm so smart and everybody's not right. What we're not taught in
Right.
school
I like
is
that.
that life insurance is being used as the number one most profitable savings account in America, right? Because you don't have to pay taxes on the growth and you don't have to pay taxes when you take the money out of the account, and it grows at a with the index at typically 10, the S&P 500 is average 10-11%, so it grows with that, and you never have losses, and you never have to pay taxes after you've already paid taxes before. So you pay taxes when you after as soon as you get paid, you pay taxes, and you never pay taxes again. So in 30, 40 years, when you need the money the most retirement accounts, that's when you're going to pay taxes. There's one pop product out there that does not make you pay taxes on the growth or when you take it out, and it's only one, and it's tied to a life insurance product. So it's just things that we all should have been taught. And when you look at the demographics, when you make $250,000 or more in America, over 40% of those people have this product. It's called an Index Universal Life. People who make less than 250,000, only 16% have this product. So it's a disparity in knowledge, which creates a disparity in wealth. And when you have a disparity in wealth, you have the issues that we have. So, but it's not a disparity in wealth. It's really just a disparity in knowledge. If we get
Knowledge.
people, everybody who, our goal is to have everybody who makes less than 250,000 have this product as well. It should be 40%, 40%, or 100%, 100%, not 40 and 16. I can go on and on, but I won't.
Right.
You know, it's just that. That's this. Yes.
Right.
That's the one of the best products or the better products on the market. There's different types of insurance, so we're not going to go. We can't go into detail about all of them.
Right.
That's the one that we believe works best because it does hold equity and cash value, just like buying a home, and so it gives you the potential to be your own bank, which is infinite banking. That's what we are. That should be everyone's goal, right? Is to be your own bank, and so that's that product. But for some people who are like, I don't have enough money to save, I'm barely making ends meet now. How am I going to afford insurance? Where there are some very, very low cost effective products like term insurance. So you'll hear, buy term, invest the rest. That's a very popular slogan, right? And
Mm.
so that's basically what Xavier was talking about, but that's all in one product. But if you don't have money to save, then we encourage you to still get insurance because you have a responsibility to cover yourself. It's also the last greeting card that you will ever leave your family. And
Right.
so you want to say something special by taking care of your burial. That is, I believe, everyone's responsibility. And there's some products out there for a 31-year-old. A term insurance will be like 15 to 20 bucks
for $500,000. So
worth of coverage.
So
That's $500,000, right?
Yes.
Yeah. To give a
Okay.
real life scenario, I personally have a $500,000 30-year term, which means it covers me from now until 30 years from now. The odds of me dying in 30 years are very low. That's why the cost is so low. But I
Mhm.
can get a $500,000 coverage for $22 a month. That way, if anything were to happen to me, my wife is completely taken care of because she knows how to deal with money, and she's gonna get 500 grand.
Now, that's simplified right there. If you knew you can leave your family, now everybody's circumstances numbers going to be a little bit different, but the potential to pay 15 $20 a month, 30, don't 30, whatever, a month to leave $500,000, how could that change your family legacy? Because let's be honest, a lot of our families aren't doing that. But if uh, our grandmas and grandpas were doing this before, then we'd be straight. But guess what? We have the information now, so we have to be the ones to make that change. So that's that. I was waiting on that because some people may not understand all the nuances that you're speaking of, but that right there is so important, so important.
Yeah, to give a real life example, Master P, his granddad left him $10,000, and he turned it into.
An empire.
I
Master
mean,
P, a real hustler. Yeah, I heard that story. I
I
heard that
mean,
story.
yeah,
It's
but ten
amazing.
thousand dollars back then was probably 50,000 now. So if
True.
you were giving 50,000 right now, Melo, with too smart to be broke, you're a pretty smart dude.
Right.
You can turn 50,000 into,
Yes,
know.
yes, you can.
Significant
Yes,
amount.
I can. Yes, for sure.
So
So that's
yeah,
look.
And that's key. Can I just touch on that? That's really key, is to have the knowledge of what to do with the money. That goes with it. And so life insurance
right.
is just the first part.
Yeah.
It's having, being aware of it and having it in place for yourself, but also having the knowledge, because my dad, he was killed and he had life insurance. So we received life insurance, but honestly, I received a six-figure check at age 18. I didn't know how money worked at that time. So that money came and that money went. And so I was just a consumer. I didn't know how to invest. I didn't know that I should, even reinvest back into the product. My dad, I just wasn't thinking about that because we didn't talk about it in the household. He was smart enough to have it, but we still need the knowledge to go with it so we can know what to do with it. Because I wouldn't have went through that hard time had I known what to do with the money, right?
Right.
And
And
that's what we try to do, honestly, is we don't sell products, we educate families.
there
So
you go.
we talk to a family, we know the mom and dad or whoever's getting the product knows what's going on, and we do our best to spread that to make sure they understand it enough to be able to teach it. And if
Right.
they don't, we have free classes that we have, hey, your kids come to, so that
Right.
everybody understands how this works, so we can truly, truly build generational wealth and not just be selling products.
Look, that's so beautiful. And Brandy, to the point that you made, that I was saying, like saying before, now that you have that experience, right? It's like now how much more is there going to be a burning desire to pass that information on, and so on and so forth, because you live through it. I've gotten, as an entrepreneur, I've gotten money, credit, business credit, whatever, and not exactly known the right path to take. And now all you have is the experience. Okay, like I learned, now I have to write this down on what not to do and what to do. So um, one other thing I want to say that is very important is, uh, in a space of growing, is accountability. And one thing that I like that these two do right here is they're up. Is it 6 a.m. every morning?
Three.
Three.
It's three. It's three. No, one of your calls,
Oh,
like
it's
one of
So
yours.
six.
six. Yeah,
It's
the
six.
calls are at six.
Yeah.
So they have a routine, they have a schedule. Like I said, they're serious about their health, and they're up at 6 a.m. every day, giving out encouraging words and information to start their day. So when I talk about how powerful that routine is, for anybody who has a routine, whatever you do, you can tap in with these two just so you can see it, and it inspires me because I'm like, man, not only are you saying you're going to do something, you see them do it, and then they're bringing people along the journey with them that are ready for the information. So with that being said, because we can go on and on, 'cause, like, these are really two good friends of mine. But as far as people that want to reach out to y'all, to maybe learn more about life insurance, and what we didn't touch on, we can touch on this real quick because somebody out there might be looking for an opportunity. Okay, uh, what's the process like of getting insured to be able to help others with your program that or service that you provide?
Yeah, so it's a very simple process, and so we go through a pre-screening because we want to make sure that you understand what you're getting into, right? Because this is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy,
Right.
especially if you're in our community because we have to do so much heavy teaching, because we just have a huge lack of knowledge. But if you have a heart and a passion, if you're hardworking and ethical, because you do have to pass a background check, then the process for that is pretty simple, just a conversation, and then we help you get licensed. You'll you do have to take a test. You do have to pass a test, a state license test. So it's not Xavier and Brandy's test. It's a state test, but we help you get ready for it. Xavier is amazing. I have to shout him out because he has literally, we have so many success stories of people who have tried to take the test, literally over 8 times, and were unsuccessful in passing. And after just a few classes, free classes, may I add, free
Free.
classes. Does this for free, and they were able to pass and get their license, and then become profitable within the first 2 weeks, because that's the cost of getting into the industry, is just the state licensing fees.
And
Yeah, you have to get a life and health license,
okay.
and a lot of the barrier. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you saying that. A lot of the barrier, though, and that's the reason why we do these classes, is because the barrier to get into this industry is just a test, and it's 150 questions, and it's the biggest industry, most profitable industry in America. Most people don't know this, but I didn't know this. Financial financial services is $110 trillion business.
Mm,
real estate, to put that in perspective, is a $36 trillion business. So people, and it's 2 million realtors in America and about 200,000 people who have life and health license. So the
Right.
competition is very, very different, and the income is very,
For
very
sure.
different. But we don't know that it's available, and we don't know how it works. We think we got to go to college and get this degree, but even if you have a degree, you still have to get the life and health license. Doesn't matter if you got 10 degrees, we all have to pass the same test. But the barrier to get in is just the test. But if you understand the language of the test, then you can pass it. So we do a free class. We break down the language of the test so you can understand it, so that you can pass it, so that you can get in the industry and be able to be in the most profitable, biggest industry in America. And yeah, it's incredible. We love it. We love teaching it, and helping people make money is more fun than making money yourself.
For sure. And just to add really quick, because every time money moves, somebody gets paid.
Every time.
And so a lot of times the money has been circling around our communities, and it's time for the money to flow through our communities. And so we're very passionate about this, as you can tell, but it doesn't just stop at life insurance. I did want to add that really quick, because we are brokers. And so we don't work with just one company. We work with over 300 companies, and you have the ability in our firm to have a full financial advisory license, which is like Series 6, 63, and 65. If you're not sure what those are, we'll be happy to explain it all to you in a deeper conversation. Go to howmoneyworks.com. So these are books. If you'd like a free book, then go to howmoneyworks.com/hall, HALL, / and that you'll be able to schedule an appointment with us directly from that site and check it out.
Well, thank you so much for that. And so, if anybody out there is interested in learning or getting into life insurance, because imagine, you're somebody in your family who comes across the information, you invest in this product yourself, and now you can educate your family members and other people around you, so that it can just be a step ladder of changing for generational wealth. So I love that. With that being said, is there any way that people can find you all online or reach out to you directly if they want to contact you for your services?
For sure. So you can definitely go to the website, brand you mentioned, howmoneyworks.com/hall. You can find us on Instagram at Plant Power Couple. Sorry, that's not correct. It's Power Plant Couple. Power
Okay.
Plant Couple on Instagram. You can find us there. If you're on Facebook, you can find us, Xavier and Brandy Hall. Yeah, that's where you can find us at. You can also call us. I'll put our phone number out there because we love helping people. 210-636-0381. You can just call us and text us directly, because we're not hiding from anybody. We want to help any and everybody we can help.
I love
We
it.
do not charge for any information.
I love it.
Literally can come here and we'll give you all the game for free, hassle free, right? Like we don't expect anything in return. We do that. We believe that what you put out is what you'll get back. And so it doesn't always have to come through the same source. So we're okay with that.
All right. I love it. And I'll be sure to put the links in the description. So if you want to reach out to them, you can just click the link and get in contact with them. Once again, I want to thank you so much for coming on, Xavier and Brandy Hall. It means so much to me because this information is so valuable to our community. All right. With that being said, family, I will see y'all soon. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Mello. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
I'm too smart to be broke. I'm too smart to be broke. I'm too smart to be broke. Where's the money?